Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Boltez Podcast. This week we're going to talk about Undertale. This is something that we've been really looking forward to for a long time. We've been waiting for one of our friends to beat it so that we can actually talk about it in a podcast. So, I'm Alex.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Aaron.
And we'll just start us right off here. Aaron just beat it yesterday.
Yep, I am the friend.
Yeah, that's right.
that everyone was waiting on.
Right. And he got through it yesterday. So
Yep. I just plowed through it. I kind of took a break on the Undyne fight, so it took me a little bit to build up the motivation to get back in there.
Yep. I totally understand. That was a fight I got stuck on too.
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, it was. It was actually really funny because I was having trouble with the fight because I was making it harder on myself. Because I kept challenging Undyne.
No.
I know, right? I'm like, all of a sudden it just dawned on me. I'm like, why do I keep challenging her? Why don't I just plead and then just...
Because you have the instincts of a killer.
That's right.
Well,
all right.
I'm starting.
Aaron here. We're getting right into the good stuff here.
For
So,
sure.
All right. So
Aaron's got something that he's got to tell everyone right
I'm going to just get this right out of the way, and I'm going to explain the situation.
Okay.
So
Good. I need to rehear it because it's just like, it still hurts.
Really? It hurts you.
My soul.
Yeah. Okay.
So I booted up the game, and I was pretty determined I was going to play this my own way.
Yeah.
So I boot up the game, instantly fall in love with it because it's wonderful. You spend time with Toriel in the very beginning, and she's, she's so loving and caring and quirky and just love it. So just really enjoyed her as a character. Got to her boss battle.
Oh man.
And I couldn't figure out. I'm like, I'm talking to her, all this stuff like that. And I'm just like, the spare option isn't turning yellow. I know about the fourth or the third frog. Who tells you about that?
Yeah.
But I didn't make the connection in my head. I thought that was something that's going to come and play later in the game.
Like the last boss fight.
Yeah, like the last boss fight. Like you'd have to spare them even though they didn't want to be spared kind
That's
of a
the
thing.
twist to make you think that.
But, I was just like, oh, well, she's standing in my way. She's telling me I'm not strong enough to go outside. So I'll just,
hit
I'll
her?
tickle her a little bit with my blade. And,
so I just kind of like stab her?
Yeah, it's such questionable decision making done by Aaron here. Don't stand in his way. He's not afraid.
I was just like, oh,
stab you in the heart.
It doesn't matter if you literally show him the way through the ruins.
Show her that I'm strong enough
to kill her.
To stand my ground.
Yeah.
Anyway,
of course.
I didn't really understand how the battle system or the attack command worked.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally, because at first I was doing like 30, 40 damage, something like that,
Yeah.
So I was just clicking it randomly. I accidentally get a critical hit on Toriel.
Boom.
That's it. She's down.
You feel like crap.
Yeah, I feel awful.
I can only imagine.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
I could only imagine.
Because it was one of those feelings too. Because it was just like it was instant regret. It was like, and then the whole time it was just like just that question. Like, oh man, I messed up. I could have done that differently. I know I could have.
Yeah. Do I restart? It's only been an hour.
No. I was pretty determined. I was like, nope.
The game.
I'm going to live.
You have to.
I'm going to accept my mistake.
Yes.
And I'm going to move forward. And I'm so glad I did. Because I didn't get the true pacifist ending, obviously. But still, her death really did impact a lot of things in the game. Because there's a lot of moments that just seem to mean so much more because of her death. And and ever since, I felt so awful about that, which I love just in general.
This is a question. How often did characters bring that up with you? Like the fact that she was dead throughout the playthrough. Did they mention that at all?
They'll say things. They won't mention that she's gone, like her specifically.
Most of them don't even know she's there because she's all locked up in the ruins.
I suppose. Okay.
Yeah, but they do know that you have killed somebody, so they'll refer to the horrible things that you've done.
Because those execution points and love, like that, they attribute to your you kind of put off vibes of a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they can sense that.
Interesting.
But no, her death, if anything, her death really did kind of
Good.
I don't know what the word is.
I don't know. Framed your game now.
It really did, because I mean, she was the only person I killed the entire playthrough because her death was so impactful. I'm like, I just even common enemies. I was like,
yeah.
I mean, there were times I was getting really impatient. Like I had to I ran out of health items, or I reached the boss battle. I don't have any health items, so I'd have to run all the way back to town. And then there'd be like monsters popping up here and there, and I'd be like,
I don't want to deal with this.
I don't want to deal with this.
I know the convention.
I already killed somebody. I can kill again.
Oh no!
Right, like that. Yeah. Those kind of thoughts are going through my head. I'm like, I've done it once. I can do it again.
It's easier the second time. They say.
But then I was like, no. So I try running away. I try just any other way, because that's what I love about it. I love that fighting is the easy way out. Violence is the easy way. You don't have to. You don't have to think. You don't have to
try.
You don't have to try. You can just cut anything down your way.
Yeah.
You
got to be more clever to be.
You got to be more clever. You have to actually, because you actually have to actually care in order to get to spare them. You have to listen to them. Mm-hmm. You check them out. You see, oh hey,
this guy's self-conscious about his ice cap.
Something like that. So you compliment his cap, kind of thing. You have to care. Whereas if you take the violent route, then it's just you don't have to invest yourself in there.
With sticks and stones.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's actually really funny because the only characters that died in my entire playthrough were Toriel.
Oh no,
and Asgore because
you didn't get the
Flowey comes in.
Yeah, and finishes him off for you.
I thought that was
the royal family's
I was just gonna say, I'm like, that royal family was just cursed.
I guess so.
Did both their sons die?
So you beat down Flowey then at the end. Then you did kill Flowey.
I didn't. No, I spared Flowey as well. Like I said, Toriel's the only person I killed, but then I was so happy too because I was like, yeah, at least I get to spare one of these royal. Because I'm like, because I spared Asgore, and then I'm like, I was feeling all good about myself, and then Flower just comes and wipes him out.
Literally,
but it's like, this family was just cursed.
It's so
the second I arrived at that,
at least
in the underground, they were cursed. They were done.
I guess so. No, I guess in that world, when you die as a monster, you're gone for good. So.
Yep, your soul's not strong enough to hang around.
Well, wow, man, that's really pressing. All right.
Yeah. So I mean, it kind of worked out in its own way,
Yeah,
like the lesson I learned from Toriel, I carried all the way through the game, and I just spared Asgore, but then Flowey comes in and does his thing.
Man.
So it was I don't know. It added that spice to that.
That is a unique experience. Yeah. Definitely, if you just follow a guide or something playing through the game, because I gotta have the true I gotta have the true ending right away. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't get that. So. That's really cool. And then the Flowey, right? Am I saying it right? Flowey?
I don't know. I think it's like Flowey or Flowey or Flowy.
I like Flowey because it's Flowey the flower. Okay. It just kind of rolls off the tongue.
So the Flowey boss fight. So what were you guys' thoughts on that?
The Photoshop? Flowey?
Yeah, the Photoshop Flowey.
So, I love that name. I like using his official.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, I don't know about you guys, but when the Photoshop Flowey came on the screen, it's so different from the art style that's been used throughout the game that it took me a while to adjust.
Get acclimated. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you're literally being attacked by Photoshop.
Yeah. Just like these real world images all cropped together, and I just remember being on my keyboard, and I'm just it's such a clash
and
of
it's
worlds.
Bullet hell on top of it all.
Yeah, I know. So that was just something that I don't know.
Yeah, that came out of left field.
Were you expecting that at all, man?
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah, okay.
I pretty much just forgot Flowey was even a character to begin with.
He does a very good job of staying in the background.
Yeah.
Although, I will mention that there's a few times where you fucking go to the edge of the screen, you go back, and then he's there, stalking you.
Mentioned that.
Yeah, he talks to Papyrus as well.
Yeah.
When does he talk to Papyrus?
Papyrus mentions that he was talking to a flower.
Oh, okay.
At a certain point.
The flower was whispering things to him, is what he says.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
And misguiding him.
Mm-hmm. Right, sure. That's funny, because I remember we watching a review of the game before you played it, and it was a snapshot of that Photoshop battle. You probably don't remember.
I don't know. I probably just didn't understand it.
You had a reaction to it though. You were like, "Whoa!"
I
wasn't. I'm glad you don't remember. That,
yeah, it must have been too out of left field. I just kind of dismissed it as like, something weird.
As I was worried watching that. I was like, "Oh my god, that was like the last boss."
It wasn't as terrifying for me because I mean, I already saw what it looked like. Like I was listening to like the Undertale OST before I even played it.
Oh, okay. So you knew the laugh was coming.
I knew the laugh was coming. Like I listened, so I like listened to the music, and I also saw a picture of him.
Yeah, okay.
But I did not watch the fight. Mm-hmm. So when I did the fight, it was news to me that it was a bullet hell fight.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for that, and I got wiped out my first try.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of picked it up, and I managed to do it the second playthrough. But like, yeah,
I know those attacks were crazy. I like the nukes that he drops. And
oh yeah,
that's so funny.
Nukes are.
There's like all the weird attacks. Like one of them's like flies fly out first.
Yeah,
like the Venus. Oh yeah, because they come from one side of the screen, and they all go like towards a Venus flytrap.
Yeah, they jump.
Oh really?
They
go into the pity. That's so funny.
Like there's all these little things, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he does like the whole laser guided vines.
Oh, yeah. Those are cool.
And then
I like those.
And then guns.
Obviously, his flamethrowers come.
Yeah, flamethrowers. It's just nuts.
Oh,
that's
man.
crazy. It's like a weird like mix between plant and animal and TV.
Right, and then every time you die, he just quits the entire game, just shuts the whole game down.
So what did you guys think of that, like shutting off your game?
I love that because I was so confused. I was
Were you good? Yes.
I was like, because I'm finding him, he's like, haha, and he turns it off, and I'm like,
you were kind of disoriented again.
Yeah, I was like, it took me a few seconds, but I'm like, this is okay, and I like boot up the game again.
I like when you die, and he's like, oh, you think this is over?
Yeah, he boot up the game again.
He boots it back up.
He's like,
I'm here to fuck you up again.
No, you don't get to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was another disorienting moment when like the screen goes down, and it's like just my wallpaper, and like you're not used to that happening. So I'm like, for a second, I'm like, man, that picture looks. Oh, it's my wallpaper. My game's gone. Like
I know. And then you boot it back up, and then like especially the first time, then it starts playing the intro as normal.
Oh yeah,
but then it, like the screen cracks, and then Flower comes back in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like. One of the reasons why I think that boss fight is great. It's one of the many things Undertale does that's like uniquely to a video game, right? Is just shutting the whole thing down. Because like, imagine if a book were to try to do that same thing, it wouldn't work well. You need like a contraption on a book, and it could have to like detect where your eyes are reading on the page. Basically, like it would be obvious. You wouldn't be able to hide it.
Yeah.
But so like that's something like a game can do just uniquely, and so like that's one of the reasons that made it such a memorable boss fight for me. Tapping into what gaming can do.
Well, movies can kind of do
like
that too.
Yeah, could they like...
Not as well, but they can do it. Because like you can like preemptive put a credit scene in.
Okay.
And then like throw something at the ass end of the credits.
That's like... Metal Gear Solid 4 kind of does that.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it. Yeah. But we won't... Yeah,
but not in the same way.
That's what I said. Like, it's not as well, but it can be done.
It could be done,
Unlike Undertale, where Flowey, like, literally has the entire control over your game.
Mm-hmm.
He changes your save files, he shuts down the game without your consent, Just complete control over the game itself.
So organic into the medium, that kind of like digital control. Pretty freaky. So okay, but we'll go on to our next topic here. Favorite characters. This is a hard one for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm seriously like, oh man. Scott, maybe you got one like jumps right to your mind. I think you do.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, straight up Metaton.
Yes, that's what I thought. Easy. Good. Okay. Why? What's going on here?
Oh, he's just hilarious. The whole sequence with him, like even his introduction when she's like, "Oh, there's like this killer robot in the loose." He just busts through the wall and is like, "By the way, game show."
You
get a question wrong, he just fries you with a laser. It's like he's just so blunt about it. And he's like, "Oh!" And then but then like all these different ways he tries to take you out is just so funny. And then when you actually fight him for real and he's in his like true form, the music is great.
The music,
the
whole scenario.
The whole scenario is great. The boss battle has the rating system.
Yeah,
and the way you defeat him is by throwing the ratings through the roof. And you basically challenge him to a pose off, unless you are literally just going to try and take him out the traditional way. Which is stupid, because Metaton's awesome as hell.
What was that scientist's name?
Alphys.
Alphys.
Oh,
That's what it was.
Alphys. Okay.
I was thinking about that too because I finally made that connection because whenever you die in the game, somebody's like don't give up, stay determined.
I like
that's Alphys.
Did you know
Why is that Alphys?
Because she's watching you the whole time through her monitor. So whenever you perish, she's like, stay determined.
But
Really?
That's the connection I made.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. Sure.
So is Alphys your favorite?
Oh no.
But I wanted to
I just thought that was neat.
Yeah. Sure.
But I did want to piggyback on that. Yeah, did you notice just searching random things through the game even before you even meet Alphys, they just say, "Hey, there's a camera here."
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah,
part.
the book.
I never made that
I didn't make that connection at first, and then when I walked in to the lab and I saw my character on the screen, and I was like, "Well, maybe there's a camera in here." And then she mentioned she was watching the whole time. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, there she is.
But I thought that was crazy because I was wondering how that played into role. I thought maybe Flowey had a thing.
Flowey had a thing.
He was watching you with cameras, but I was like, he's a flower, and he's just being fancy or something. But I don't know. He doesn't need cameras. But anyway, no. Favorite character. Go.
Oh, my favorite character? Can I pick a pair of characters?
Oh, I was gonna ask the same thing. Okay,
just because Papyrus and Papyrus.
I know. I keep saying Papyrus too.
Papyrus and Sans.
Yeah,
easily.
Oh
my word, I love them.
Like that whole sequence before you reach Snowden. Mm-hmm. Oh man, with because
and the conveniently shaped lamp,
Oh, your character looks like a lamp.
Oh no, it's just I love the dynamic between the two characters. I mean, I love the characters themselves, but the dynamic between the characters, I love.
Right? It's so
because Papyrus is so concerned with everyone's opinion of him. And then Sans is just so effortlessly likable. Like everybody, everyone's just loves Sans, but if you ask Sans who he thinks the coolest person is, he says Papyrus.
Man,
like
so
his brother,
cute.
and it is adorable. He's just especially in that little moment where he's like, Papyrus's outfit is a costume that they made for a Halloween party one time, and he just never took it off,
except in the shower, but he showers in it.
And Sans is like, man, that guy's so cool. Just such sincere admiration for his character,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Did you like the sequence? One thing I always enjoyed was when you go into their house in Snowden and you look on the wall. There's this series of passive aggressive sticky notes.
Oh yeah, there's a sock that's
about the sock that's still there.
They keep it going.
That's the big unanswered question in Undertale. Yeah. Does Sans ever pick up the sock?
It's funny. What was the book in their house that had a joke book in it?
Oh yeah.
What was the original? It was I don't know if it was a science book or something, but it opened up and it had a joke book in it, and then inside the joke book would be a puns. Yeah, or something. And it would just it just went back and forth, and eventually your character is like, we should stop this. This is not good.
Oh yeah. So that just interacting with those two characters, and the puzzles,
monsters love puzzles.
Monsters love puzzles.
Sans' attempt at stopping you is giving you a crossword puzzle. I was actually confused because it actually worked a little bit because I actually attempted to solve it. I'm like, how do you solve? Oh,
yeah,
you're not supposed to solve it. You're supposed to walk by.
I was kind of mad. I was like, what? I was going to totally work on that.
And I was like,
seriously.
Oh man.
I like it when, because, Papyrus, he starts to, how do you say his name?
Papyrus.
He starts to, bond with you, too, and he has that final, bridge weapon with, all this, dogs attached to one rope, and, I don't know, but then he's like, nah, I'll let you go, or something. What I forget the scenario, but...
No, he's just like, oh, there's no way you can get past this. This isn't fair, and then he just retracts the whole thing.
Yeah. What's up?
Your favorite pair or characters?
I wish I could say. I would say, for me, what really stuck out was Undyne and Alphys.
Oh yeah,
because they were a lesbian couple, and I was like, right? I mean, with the true ending. And Alphys is in love with Undyne, and they kiss during the credits of the true ending. And for me, I don't know,
anime.
Yeah, that's right. She loves anime. She tries to show it to Undyne.
And then Undyne is convinced anime is real.
She's and she never tells her. It's so funny. But yeah, no, it was just something about having just an actually really good lesbian couple in gaming. I guess that probably impressed me more than anything. So when I don't know, I always thought back to that too. the months after playing it. I was like, man, Undertale. All of Undertale's characters are great. Like Toby Fox, he just nailed it all. I was really impressed with those pair in particular. So those would be my favorite.
Oh man, okay, so going off of favorite characters,
Yeah.
favorite enemies.
Okay.
Because, those random enemies that you find
Yeah, I know
so
mine.
amazing.
Aaron.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like, there's an Aaron in the game.
Literally, Aaron.
Wasn't
Freaking flexing horse.
Yeah, okay.
guy.
He's like a
challenges
pet
you to a flexing competition. And he
know.
flexes himself out of the room.
Right? It's so
And
I
like,
know, it's so
but
funny 'cause-
like, not even just his like random encounters. It was just so much just like you're already in a fight, and then he'll like just show up and like say random things. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's my favorite, if you just flat out right away just tell him to go away. He's like, Aaron agrees, and he flexes out of the room.
That's so funny.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
yeah,
And then,
that's
of course, the
probably
Tsundere plane.
That was my favorite.
That one,
Okay.
yeah, close
That
second.
was so my favorite,
Yeah.
the Tsundere plane. What was the situation with that? First, do you guys remember? Aaron, you recently played it.
Oh yeah, because
Okay.
you would like
You'd have to
you have
compliment.
to get close to her,
Yeah.
but not too
But then,
close,
because hey, back off,
right?
No, come on,
Right?
right. But then once you back away,
But you can compliment her wingspan,
oh my gosh.
and she just starts to blush and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fuck.
So then from there, like, if you start to back away, then does she like go like, hey, wait a minute, where you going? Is that how it went? Oh, man.
I think it's something like that. But if you get close, then
It's
she
so
starts to
funny.
blush, and when she blushes, you can spare her.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because you have to
Gotcha.
something like you gotta do a little mini game with the planes.
Yo.
Yeah, it's so funny too because the planes are coming down. And you have to get within the green spot, so you have to
Yeah.
get close to them, but you can't get too close.
Oh my goodness.
It's
You
like that
serious?
gameplay coming into the actual,
Every man.
character of the enemy.
man,
So
this
it's like
game's
you have
just
to get
blowing
close
my
to the
mind,
plane,
this
but not
game.
too close, otherwise you get hurt.
This game's blowing my mind.
Right? It's just all
Constantly.
those little
So much.
things.
So much.
It's just, oh my gosh, it just amazes me that there's no wasted characters in the game.
No.
Every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
character,
Even the enemies.
Even the enemies.
even the enemies are so
No
unique and they have
wasted.
their own
Uh-huh.
personalities. It's
Every
just,
single one.
yep.
Um,
I love just like there's so many like Night Night.
And you didn't
I
find...
loved-
Did you ever find Temmie Village?
I don't think I did. No, I think I might have just.
I missed Enemy Village until like the last part of the
Did
game.
you see the mushroom?
Yeah, I just saw the mushroom. He's
Yeah.
like suffering there.
He's just like, mushroom dance, mushroom dance. What does it mean? And he's like, my soul burns because I can't move from this spot.
right.
He's just so downtrodden. So funny.
What were you talking about? The enemy named
Night Night.
Night Night.
Oh, yeah.
where you have to sing him to sleep.
It's
But
a
he has-
girl.
Oh, okay, he's singing her to sleep.
female.
Well, I love it too. She's just like all this is the night puns. She has a morning star.
Oh, okay.
Onion san.
Yep, Onion San, just a weirdo. No one
Derpiest
likes.
face in anything.
I know, I felt so bad for him. But you didn't want to hang around.
No,
You
you
saw him, you're like, I gotta
Oh
get
my
going.
I gotta go. It's like nothing in this room.
Yeah.
It's literally a line with water.
It's so funny.
No, guys, remember Jerry?
Jerry.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You
You tried.
like-
You gotta ditch Jerry.
You and the other monsters would ditch
ditch
Jerry.
So sad.
Oh my god.
It's like he usually appears like the Snowcap one. So like
Yeah.
after Snowcap's like out of there, like you and Snowcap ditch.
Yeah.
Jerry's gone. Jerry catches
Where
up
I-
with
Yeah.
you.
Return to Jerry.
Return to Jerry.
Like, oh my god.
That's how you frizz things.
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I love it so much.
Alright. Is there any other topics?
In favorite environment,
Hotland for me.
why Hotland?
Just the sequence of Hotland.
I
The
did-
puzzles were fun, I guess. Kind of repetitive at times, but just pretty neat. The music was bumping. Where is it?
Oh yeah,
Music
we should do
bumping.
favorite music track too.
man.
Music was
Okay.
music was bumping. All the Metaton sequences.
Yep, that was mostly there.
And then
And then was Spidey.
in the Spider Girl, yep.
She was there too, and I really liked her
Muffet.
music. Muffet, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also like the gay guards. Well, they
Oh,
yeah.
they didn't, you know.
Well, one's
Weren't-
gay, I think, and then like the other
I
one just
think-
didn't catch on. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
no,
yeah.
they-
I think they're both. They got a thing going on. They went to get ice cream. They
Well,
stopped battling you to get ice cream.
maybe they're good.
Something's going
Well,
on.
maybe one's
Yeah,
a
dude,
friend-
literally in
one's
the
a
credits that scroll by,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
they say, use your imagination when they say, like,
Use-
you know.
That's so funny. Yeah.
God, that encounter was amazing.
So amazing.
Because you polish his armor.
Yeah.
It's too hot, he takes it off. And then you go and you whisper to the other one to be honest about his feelings.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So adorable.
This is amazing.
Again, that was another moment I was just totally impressed with like the representation of like the LGBTQ community. So yeah, again, super happy with that. That was like one of my favorite bosses next to Muffet. But I liked Muffet just because of her music. That was just like such a good boss battle.
Everything.
Which one was that?
The spider.
The spider.
Oh yeah.
There's like a giant like monster thing trying to eat you during the sequence, and you're purple.
Yeah.
And you can only stick to the lines.
To the lines. The web. It's pretty good.
I actually like that. Actually, that was a really easy boss battle for me for some reason. Because having like, full range of motion and dodging all this stuff.
So that's harder.
That's hard. But like, we only have 3 lines that you have to jump between. My brain can work with that a lot easier.
Okay, fair enough. I had a little trouble.
I had trouble as well. Once you get enough healing items, though, any boss battle is actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
You got a lot of room for error, which is good.
All right. Favorite area for me. Man, I really liked the forest. Not the forest area, but the river area. What does it have a name in the game?
The river?
Is that where you fight Undyne?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about waterfall? Or are you talking about
waterfall?
Okay. Waterfall is the area.
Is it the area
where Undyne is? Yep.
I for some reason just really like the music there. There's a lot of good tracks that I like there.
Very
especially when like you go across that statue, and like the rain's falling on it, and you can kind of hear that chime of the game's theme.
Yeah, the umbrella.
Yeah, so
you can see the castle in the distance.
I really like that area, mostly just for its music. Really stuck out to me.
If I had to pick a favorite area, it would probably be the snow area. I can't remember. Is it literally called Snowland? Probably. Or Coldland?
The town's called Snowden.
Oh, Snowden. That's what it is.
The town's called Snowden, yeah. Then there's just the forest. I don't know if it has a name. Oh, unless it's just like Snowwood or something.
We could call it Snowwood.
Why not, right?
Combines the two there.
But it was that stretch of the game where I really fell in love with it, because that's just so many. Because it has all the dogs in that one,
Yeah, the dogs.
Got the dogs that like can't see, or can only see motion, So if you stand perfectly still,
that's something.
That encounter was great. We literally just stand still the whole time.
I think they all technically have terrible vision though.
On the dogs,
because the couple they couldn't tell that you were you had to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you had to roll because they detected you by smell, so you had to roll in the mud.
Pretend you were a puppy and then just leave you alone.
I think it's the greater dog you run into.
Yeah,
the Snowden, where you play fetch with him and stuff like that.
Okay. What was the dog with the growing head that just like would keep growing?
Lesser dog.
What did you have to do to get its head to grow?
I don't know.
I don't know if it was like petting it or like.
I forgot what it was.
Then its head would grow up and then start coming back down the screen.
And he tries making snowmen and he's so bad at it.
Poor Lesser dog.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there at like the bar in Snowden and he's just playing like cards with himself and he keeps losing to himself.
Yes. Favorite music track?
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
I know mine. I mean, it's gonna be lame. I'm sure. Not Death Knell. It's gonna be
for me. It's Death by Glamour.
The last, the true pacifist ending, the last boss battle music. So Save the World, for sure. Just so epic. I just think like if I had to like pick a song to capture all my feelings about Undertale, it would be that Hopes and Dreams. Save the World is like the version that comes back. But yeah, hopes and dreams for sure. It's just like so epic. Just gets me going every time I listen to it.
I totally understand because that's one of those music pieces that's just like you just feel in your heart.
I know. Yep.
It just makes you feel like you can do anything. It's that kind of music,
And then
I already said it. Death by Glamour.
Yep. Megaton. Starts off a little slow. Like, okay,
and then it gets into like that like fast pace where it goes.
Yeah.
It's just a remix of like his like game show theme.
His other stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now I really liked the reoccurring tracks that sounds that they would have through the songs and stuff. Like the title one, like that would show up through a lot of music. I went to like listen to the OST a lot and stuff. So yeah, you really get a good feel for the soundtrack.
Gosh, I don't know. It's hard for me to pick because I really like just like that basic intro music, like when you boot up the game.
Oh yeah,
and it like shows like that history because God, it's just.
that note when it starts.
Yeah.
It's just like instantly, whatever note that is, I'm just instantly drawn in.
Because that's exactly it. Because I'm so impressed because the song is so simple, yet so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just, it amazes me that, that it could just be so easy, so simple, but still have such an impact,
That's the best of things, man. So simple and so good.
But then also Undyne's battle theme. I've had... Because I took a month break from the game right at that boss battle. So, but man, that music never left my brain. It was that whole month that would just come in randomly and just be in my head. It was so catchy and I loved it.
I guess I know it wasn't necessarily on the topics list, but I guess I wanted to just say
what
overall impressions of the game. Just I being I'm a huge Mother fan. Earthbound.
Yeah, I was really interested. I want to get your opinion on that because you're the only one of us that's really played Mother, which is a this is a very spiritual successor to Mother.
Inspiration.
So I wanted to get your opinion on Undertale and Mother.
And that's one thing I've said. Having played every single Mother game, I really appreciate what Undertale does. It captures this kind of the essence of a Mother-like game, Mother-esque. It has all those weird quirks at every turn and corner, and totally. it amplified them by leaps and bounds that I couldn't even imagine. And then it became more about befriending the NPCs and the monsters more so than just kind of there's a point to why you're down there. The point just becomes evident over time, but you just are there by mistake initially. I'd have to say I appreciate that it doesn't copy Mother. It captures the spirit of Mother without being Mother, and I really like that it just stands alone.
It doesn't totally rely on that nostalgia. It brings something even. I shouldn't say
it really establishes its own identity.
Yeah, it really establishes itself.
Yeah, it definitely established itself as just one of the greatest games of all time.
For sure. So, and going right off of that, for sure, if you're asking me my impressions of it, it's basically one of two games that I would give a perfect 10 out of 10, and it's the one I like more out of those two games, too. So it's pretty much what I... Journey.
Okay, I was just going to ask.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I would consider pretty much the greatest game, that I've ever played. I just think, it's just got so many right, and I just can't think of any way to improve it. And just the representation, the humor, there's so much more that goes into a game than those things. It's just the level of quality of everything, how the gameplay is integrated into it. But yet, there's choices through the gameplay as well. Nothing exists in a separate bubble in that game. All the bubbles are connected. And I don't know. I really like consistent narratives. I hate fat in stories. And so, narrative is... Undertale is just that perfectly. It's just this consistent adventure that just hits all the right notes. And I really think, I don't know, it's just such a great representation of what gaming can do uniquely, too. With its uses of, remembering what you do in other playthroughs. Kind of, freaking out the player. And just, again, it also, hits on things that only video games can do. So it's, a perfect example of the medium. I just, I'm in love. It's just a great game. It's a great game.
Oh, yeah. My sentiments are pretty similar. Because I just... It was such a great experience. It never went on, never overstayed its welcome in any aspect of the game. Because it's only a 5-6 hour game, and that's perfect, and I love that because because just every inch of that game is just packed with love and charm and attention to detail. The choices that it gives the player too, because like I said earlier, violence is the easy way out. And I love that. I love that because I always love it in a game when you never have to actually hurt anything. Because that's way too easy to fall into that kind of that game design pitfall where it's just you just hack and slash your way through this story, but so not really think about the consequences.
It's so much easier for games to develop battle mechanics than actually conversation mechanics and stuff like that that we humans actually do. So yeah, anyways.
Yeah. So it's just like I said, you always have that choice. You can always cut down what's in front of you, or you can try to understand it and work with it. And reach a state where you're both happy. And that takes work, because I know when I was playing it, I'd get frustrated at a few points, and I thought about that, but I was, everything was so. It was so hard for me to hurt these enemies, these entities that are challenging me, because I love how human these monsters are.
It's a genuine experience.
Exactly, like it touches a lot of just emotions,
Yeah.
That you just don't find in a lot of games.
Yeah, totally underutilized in gaming. Really happy they're in Undertale. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap this up there. I think that was a great talk. Great game.
Go buy it at $7.
Yeah, hopefully if you're listening to this, you've already beaten it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we should have prefaced it with, if you haven't played Undertale, play Undertale before you read or look at anything about it, because it's one of those experiences that it's best experienced for yourself.
Just open this video with "Go buy it at $7," and
yeah, you're right. I'll do a special recording of just that. Thank you. All right. Well, anyone watching this, leave a comment below about what you thought of Undertale, and hope to see you guys next week. Thank you guys for talking to me, and I'll see you later. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.